Hello. So, fundraising for your candidate. Fundraising is important because you need some money to win a campaign, so it helps raise money for them to win. It also shows that you are committed to your candidate and committed to helping them win. It gets volunteers and funders engaged, and also just helps your candidate get their message out to the greater community. And it's a great way to bring people together from the community together. So, kind of just a quick how-to, and I'll go a little bit more into each of these. But you want to decide what kind of fundraiser you want to do. Choose a date and time and a place. You want to just be mindful of holidays or other big events that are going on in the community, so you don't overlap with those. And you want to make sure that the location is accessible to, people who are in a wheelchair and have other disabilities. You want to also set fundraising and attendance goals and drive turnout so you can have a great event. So, kind of depending on what you want to do, there are some low donor fundraisers. The goal might be to raise, $100 to $1,000. So you can do a pretty simple meet and greet, coffee, breakfast, or a lunch. You could have a raffle at a bigger event or at like a fair. You can send emails, letters, or Facebook appeals to your friends and your members. Call your members, call your friends, get them to contribute. Some higher level fundraisers would be, working to raise $1,000 or more. Could be a house party, a spaghetti dinner, or some kind of potluck, themed events like around holidays, or wine and cheese tastings. There's lots of options, and there are really big things like big galas, but we don't probably need to get into any of that. So I'm kind of gearing things around more of like a house party. So you want to get people to the event, so you should invite people from the community. Also invite electeds or other people who might just be kind of a draw that people would want to meet and see and hang out with. And then you want to invite about double the amount of people you want to attend. And, usually you can cast a pretty wide net, but you might have a limited, space if it's a house party type of thing. You want to invite people in a lot of different ways. The cheapest and really great way is through email invites or Facebook events, and make sure you have an easy way for people to sign up and RSVP. Also, you could send out some paper invitations to people who maybe you don't have their emails or you just will, want a paper invite. And then personal calls and personal emails are really great, obviously. If you get a call from a friend inviting you to a thing, you're more likely to, go and at least know about it than if you get, a random email that gets kind of lost in the shuffle. And then you want to get an invite out as soon as possible, and just keep sending more emails and follow-ups inviting people. And then you want to make sure people come. So especially if you have a set goal of people, you want to call people to confirm that they're coming. Or if you need to really work to get to that goal, call people for RSVPs. For calling people for, RSVPs, you should not make it sound like it's going to be very low attended and like a lame event. So make sure you're just calling people in a way that's makes it sound exciting and telling people, I know you came to the last thing that we had, and I want to make sure this was on your screen because it should be really fun, and we're gonna sell out tickets soon. So just kind of make it seem a little urgent. For confirming people, kind of the same thing. You don't want to be like, hey, I'm just calling to make sure you are coming. You want to just make sure you're calling because, oh, I want to give you this update about the event, or I want to make sure you have the address and have all the details. And then encourage people to spread the word, obviously in general to all of your members and people coming, but also when you're doing those RSVP calls and confirmation calls, oh, we'll probably have a couple of tickets at the door or whatever, bring a friend. Use social media, so if you have, like a Facebook event page or your county party page or whatever, just make sure get a couple of different people throughout the week posting about coming to the event and that sort of stuff, fun social media things. And then have an RSVP deadline, but if you can, allow latecomers to come. And then also, if it's appropriate, you can sell tickets ahead of time, and if a person buys a ticket, they're a little more likely to actually show up to the event. And if they don't, then you did make a little bit of money anyway, so that's nice. So for preparing for an event, it's great if you have a sense of the space and can do a walkthrough and just have a good sense of the setup before the day of the event. You want to confirm and prepare volunteers, so make sure you just are calling everyone, making sure they know what time to come and what they'll be doing at the event. It's good to have guests sign in, and you can also have name tags and that sort of a thing so people get to know each other. And then, when you're having that sign-in form, then you can get people's contact information and get them involved in the campaign. So that is definitely important. And then have campaign literature and donation forms, obviously. And prepare the candidate to give, like a 5-minute speech, and if you have a pitch or someone else doing any speaking, just make sure they are prepared and know how much time they have, and you don't want to have, someone going off for 30 minutes. And then after the event, there's some legal ORSTAR reporting and things that you need to do, but I'm not going to go into that right now. And then send thank you notes and make calls to the attendees and donors, and just use this again as an opportunity to build those relationships and help the candidate get more support.